So, yeah, nobody. Well, here, you're doing this.
It's better. Maybe 6 o'clock. Sure, 6. Now, Hi. My bad. I'll be honest. Yeah.
She doesn't. Yes, I agree with that. That can be.
Hey, one of my players next year.
PC?
What?
Better. Just play next year, right?
In high school?
Yeah.
You can do it.
Maybe.
Well, you are.
Oh,
It
it's
depends.
something for something.
There isn't when you don't. That won't that you.
Yeah.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
Good save. Pretty good.
What's going on, Josh? Hey, Josh, can you hear me? Hey, Josh. Yo, Josh, can you hear me? Hey, Josh, can you hear me? Hey, Josh, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So 5 minutes to go here in the first half. 2-0. Boone Grove.
So Hebron just hasn't been doing so well to start the season?
Yeah, so Hebron's kind of a mid-level, kind of average. Same with Boone, kind of. It should be a neck game. Uh, but we just watched the girls, who just came in 6-0, lose 7-0 to the Wolves. So,
Damn.
but right now it's so far 2-0 games. But you just saw a quick 2 goals as Hebron's doing a pretty good job of keeping from that center spot. And their goalie, for the most part, has been really good today. Just that 2 blemishes.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a pretty close game, only 2-0. I think if Hebron can get something going here before the half, I think this could potentially be a pretty good game.
Absolutely, they're dusty roads. Carrasco as another possible set as Travis just happens to be right there as Carter saves.
So Hebron is red.
Hebron's red, Boone's white.
Uh-huh.
So it's like football
Cool.
rules where
Yeah. Like, got possession right here, if they can get something going.
absolutely. As you don't want the Wolves being into the Hawks nest here and kind of in that pocket there, Dusty, as they're the boys' side's done a much better job of kind of keeping it from having it in their pocket all the time, as the pressure hasn't been as daunting as you saw in the previous game.
Yeah, I think that one thing with Hebron, I think they're doing a good job of trying to keep the ball on their side of the field, so the pressure isn't, all on Hebron.
Yeah, but guess the temperature out here in Northwest Indiana. It's almost around your neck of the woods with New Mexico temperature wise.
Yeah, I mean it is looking, like in the 90s or maybe, about in the hundreds over there.
Yeah, it's about 92 out here.
Okay.
Here in beautiful Hebron, Indiana, for some soccer here as the first half is starting to kind of trundle down. What does the Hawks need to do to get the chip away with this 2-0 lead, 2-0 lead?
Yeah, I mean, it looks kind of tough right now, but I really think that they just need to, try to play their game, and they need to, um, try to, uh, I think, get to the game plan because I think they're a little bit off their game plan right now, and I think it's really affecting them. So if they can, um, you know, stick to the game plan, they could possibly score a goal here soon.
Absolutely. So, what do you think Hebron's running at the moment here?
Um, I mean, it looks like, um, I'm not too sure. What do you think they're running?
Uh, I'm not. I'm not sure. There, Dusty. Looks like a 1, 2, 3. I don't know. Maybe total soccer. I don't know. But it looks like they're trying to kind of get it to the midfielders to kind of get out of the wing a little bit.
Yeah, it could possibly be a 1, 2, 3. I think they're playing this strategically. I think they just need to find the back of the net, and I think they should be pretty good in this game.
Absolutely. Ooh, S23 gets a little bit of a shot there for Hebron. As Boone's in the territory here, there's a bunch of Hawks surrounding one Wolf here. As the Hawks are in a breakaway situation here. They were in a breakaway situation here. A lot of dribbling.
Yeah, and I think right here, I think they have pretty good control of this situation right here. I mean, they just really need to pass it around and try to find the open man here. Really looks like Josh.
Absolutely. It just, in that situation, it looks like they're either waiting so it wasn't offsides in that situation, or it was just they waited a little too long, um, and got lucky with a yellow card.
Yeah, I mean, I think you really don't want to be offsides in that situation. A breakaway, and if you do get an offsides call, it's just kind of a heartbreaker there. So I think that's kind of important for Hebron.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I also think it's really important for Hebron to prevent Boone Grove from scoring another goal here this half. Because I mean, 2 goals it feels like manageable, but 3 goals might just be out of reach here for the Hawks.
Absolutely, because Hebron at their best is a defensive club. Uh, Goal scoring, they're kind of more of the keep away kind of scheme here.
Yeah, and I think really playing keep away here. I think it's a really good defensive strategy as most of the time the opponent is not going to be able to find their way through that.
And it's a great way to kind of get your opponent to fall asleep a little bit and then strike.
Yeah, I mean, when the opponent, they finally let off the gas a little bit, that's when Hebron is, ready to strike and ready to, cause something to happen.
Absolutely there, Dusty. But the Wolves are back into the zone there for Hebron, creating that pressure. Something you got to do too. You got to keep getting those pressure plays. And if you're the Wolves, you got to keep trying to get into that heart of the Hawks offense or defense, as you can see, as they constantly have done throughout this first half. It's just the Hawks have been great at kind of stopping that momentum once they get into that kind of square.
Yeah, I mean, keeping the pressure on is one of the important things that you have to do here in soccer. I mean, as long as you keep the pressure on, you have the opponent, right there, and just apply that pressure, and you'll create big things.
Absolutely. As Travis trying not to get caught and trying to get the ball out of their zone here. Boone Grove trying to get their plays set here. It's a great stop from the goalkeeper. Aiden for the Hawks have done an amazing job at that goalkeeper position. But the Hawks right now in prime position pressure has a corner kick possibly going to happen here.
Yeah, I mean, your goalkeeper, has been holding it down. I really think, the rest of the team just has to, step up and create something, to contribute to that effort for the goalkeeper.
Absolutely. Uh,
Yeah, and I'm sure our viewers at home, Josh, are wondering how much time is left in this first half.
I'm going to go with 3 minutes.
Oh,
Okay.
3 minutes?
I'm
Okay.
kind of wondering myself, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Um, with it being a 40-minute game. Uh, Fun fact, the lecturing for the scoreboard is a little bit off here in Hebron. So that's gonna be that's fun, but uh, great environment though nonetheless here at the Nest. Great soccer field and a great town here. So can't complain, but that's a good question because I have no idea what the time is at all.
Yeah, and I mean, it just kind of seems like time is ticking here for Hebron here in the first half as still looking for that elusive first goal. They're really trying to manufacture a goal here in the first half.
Absolutely. And folks, we'll try our best in the second half to put the time back on there, but I'm going to guarantee you right now it's probably not going to be right. But so you guys can kind of follow at home. But as the Wolves getting a little bit of a breakaway situation here, as Carter stops that in its tracks for the moment, as Aiden with Agent Zero, 0-0 with another save goal.
Yeah, Aiden able to save another goal there. It kind of seemed like that was the first time in a while that the Wolves were able to get into Hebron territory. As Hebron, they've been really good at not allowing them into Hebron territory here lately. But able to save that one.
Absolutely. And folks, you volleyball fans, a little bit of a score updates for the King of the Valley tournament. They lost to King of the Valley 2-1 in four in 3 sets there. Best of three in a tournament like that. There, you folks at home, but the volleyball team lost to King B Valley in a very great effort, I hear. But back into soccer as we're going into as 96 with a great move there as a tackle from Boone Grove there as Carter takes it out once again.
Yeah, and I think that's also important in this game, as tackles are going to be crucial here, as they play an important role here in soccer.
Oh, could I have chocolate with cheese? How much is that? Oh, can I get
As 99
like Gatorade?
Hebron starts driving as Boone Grove steals it. Driving once again for a breakaway. And just misses the pass as they just over the bar.
Yeah, that one was really close there, as Hebron was doing a good job there at defense, but it did lead to another Wolves player, and then he kicked it in, but it just went right over the bar there, Josh.
Absolutely. So Hebron, again, a great kind of momentum.
Defensive stop right there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I think those stops right there are really crucial, because that looked kind of like a goal there for the Wolves, and Hebron said, no, not today.
Absolutely. And it helped with the Wolves kind of having a little bit of a mishap on the pass there. Um, because if you just set your player up right there with a little bit of a touch pass or a little bit of whatever, that could be an easy goal on the backside of that net. As they're probably going to set up that once again, or if he's just going to try, as Carter stops him in his tracks for the ball to go outside as another corner kick ready to happen.
Yeah, as I said before, this half hasn't been going the Hawks' way, but I think if they could keep it 2-0, here in the second half, I think a little pep talk at halftime can, possibly get them back in this ball game.
Absolutely. But the defensive, I don't know if it's keeping them in the game where they need to kind of step it up on the offensive side and create some more pressures in the second half. And Aiden with another save. Agent 0-0. as he boots it like a punter in college football, since that's starting this week. No spoilers for me for Notre Dame game. There, Justy.
Yeah, the football season just started on Thursday. You know, people, also soccer fans are, excited for this college football season, and should be a great one, Josh.
Absolutely. I'm excited after Sam Hartman absolutely torched Navy last week. But we're going with Carter getting in, and that's going to be half.
Yep, looks like that's going to be half, and I mean, Hebron kind of did their job there in the second portion of that first half. Able to not allow a goal there for the Wolves.
Absolutely. So, Dusty, what are some things that are the keys in the second half for these Wolves, for these Hawks?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Hawks. I think they really need to get things going on offense because they've been great on defense. It seems for the most part, but they just haven't been able to get anything going on there on the offensive side. Not able to find the back of the net, and they really need to get the offense going there, Josh.
Absolutely. So, what are some things that the Hawks need to kind of work on to get them into that striking position?
Yeah, I mean, I think they just really need to continue to find the open player. Keep passing it around. I think passing is going to be essential here in the second half for the Hawks, and I think if they keep passing it, they will find that open player and will find the open path there to the net, and possibly get their first goal of the game. What do you think there, Josh?
Yeah, I mean, it's just you got to get that pressure up. You got to get into that zone for Boone Grove, kind of just sitting in, kind of dictating their pace. You got to get slower into it even than what you already are, and kind of more of a keep away kind of thing, where they're kind of slowly but surely get into that kind of zone area, or just switch a dime and just speed it up and try to get it into that zone. But either way, you got to get into the striking place, so you can get closer to the goal, get closer to passing for open net situations in the back of that net. But we're going to go into our interviews on Media Day here, and me and Dusty will be right back for the second half.
Sitting right here? Yeah.
What's up, Cole?
What's up?
How's it going, and how are you today?
It's going pretty well. Pretty good today.
So what's your favorite position on the soccer field?
I normally play up top, striker, or mid. Just anything offense, really. But I just play wherever coach puts me.
I like that. So what's your favorite aspect of soccer?
Shooting, and I like the communication. Just gotta, if you don't communicate, don't know what's going on really. So I really do like the communication of soccer.
Absolutely. So let's see here. What's some of your favorite superstitions?
Superstition. I like to listen to music before games normally, just to get my mindset head into the game. That's one of them. That's what I normally do. I've done the past 2 years that I've played. So yeah, that's my main one.
Okay. So, what's your playlist?
Playlist. I normally listen to 80s hard rock.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, give me the top 5 bands.
Top 5 bands. Ooh, okay. Metallica, number 1.
Solid.
2, Black Sabbath. Motley Crue, number 3. Ooh, it's hard. 4. I think. What did I just listen to? And what else have I listened to? Listen to a lot. That's my top 3 for sure. That's what I normally listen to in the 80s rock, but yeah, that's probably my top 3.
Okay. So, who are you kind of focusing on this year?
What do you mean by focusing on, like?
Who are you marking on your calendar? Who are you excited to play?
Ooh, Haas, because they beat us in sectionals last year.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the one team I want to beat this year.
Okay. So, what are some of your goals for this year?
I want to score in the game. I want to get lots of assists. I just want to earn my playing time and just be able to have fun with the boys.
Absolutely. So, what's your thoughts about having games broadcast this year?
I think it's actually really awesome. Get some more recognition for us because we're a small town school. We got a lot more players this year, which is good. And I think we have a good shot to go above 500. And they're gonna all the teams that we faced in the past are gonna come to this and be like, "Oh, we smoked them last year." But I think it'll end different in the end of the games. We'll come out with more wins. Hopefully, do better in sectionals, and maybe even make regionals. Just really big goal.
Absolutely. So, you're always welcome on here, on the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Tell who's next and what question that you have for them.
Ooh, okay. I want Carter to be next, and a question. What would be a good question? What position do they want to play this year most?
Okay, what position you want to play most? Okay.
Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Hand it off.
Good. As I start coming back to the pitch here. So, Dusty, welcome back here.
Yeah, I think the second half should be a little bit better here for the Hawks. They look to turn things around here, Josh.
Yep, on the offensive side, uh, if it wasn't for those two quick goals, this would be a 0-0 here in the second.
Yeah, and I mean, if those goals are at the beginning of the game, I mean, you can't really do much about it because it's the start of the game. You have jitters. It's kind of a RNG situation, and the Wolves, they took advantage there in the beginning of the game.
Absolutely. And this is a huge rivalry game with Hebron and Boone Grove. So you don't want Boone to come into your nest and sweep the boys and girls doubleheader. As Boone gets past Hebron's defense, so far what I've seen in a couple games of Hebron, they're trying to keep everything in front of them. So for you guys at home, I'm going to reference this to football. So you want to keep everything kind of like if you're a corner or whatever, you want to keep the wide receivers in front. So that's kind of similar here. What they're trying to do is kind of keep the position in front of them where they're not kind of getting into those breakaway situations where they can kind of go in a 1-2 kind of set or kind of pass off of that right there as there's a corner shot here.
Yeah, and I think Hebron's going to really look for, more of the control here in the second half. I think with the ball in your hand a little more than the other team, it's going to be really beneficial as, you have more chances at, getting those goals.
Absolutely, especially when you can kind of tell the speed difference here with the Wolves versus the Hawks.
Yeah, speed is also going to be a factor here in these games as, I think the team with more speed, usually comes out on top. But Hebron really can counter that with the skill that they have.
Absolutely. And folks, we'll try getting a little closer to the pitch with the Oregon Davis and next home game that we're going to do here on Regan's Corner Sports Network. But Dusty, we're a little bit of newcomers to this game, this wonderful game of soccer.
Yeah, most definitely is. Look looks like Boone Grove. They're really trying to get that third goal here, as it kind of feels like they've been on the Hebron side for more of this half.
Absolutely. Interesting note, though, for Boone Grove. It's 3-4 games we've called so far this year, Dusty. It's the first time I've seen a goalie with the actual colors of their school.
Yeah, that is very interesting. It's Boone Grove. I mean, I don't know. Maybe trying to switch it up.
Maybe. As that black, usually you want a kind of a bright color as a if you're the goalie, so it stands out like the pink that you see from Hebron. As Aiden the 00, Agent 00 with another save. And punts it out. Number 99 just happened that he was surrounded by wolves there. As Boone Grove driving again. Another save by Aiden number 00. As Bogardner trying to get himself going here. Another goalie save as, like you said there, Dusty, it seems like the Wolves have been in their kind of zone, Hebron a little bit more this half, pushing the tempo once again like they did in the previous half.
Yeah, the Wolves seem like they're in a little bit more control here in the second half. As they've had the ball for nearly this entire half. I think that Hebron needs to get a little more aggressive. Maybe go for a tackle here and there, and try to get more possession with the ball.
Probably more bucks for their thing there. There, folks, I screwed up the reference there. But as there's another close call here, as a tackle there leads into a save there. How close was that from being a yellow card? Another save by Aiden.
Yeah, and I mean, this might be a golden opportunity right here, but as I say that, the Wolves just take it back, and um, Hebron just they really need to up the aggression a little bit more, and try to get that ball.
Absolutely, but you could tell they are busting their butts out there with this hot heat here and just chasing these Wolves all game long.
Yeah, I think that is a huge factor here in today's game, as he can really get to players, and it kind of seems like it is getting to Hebron here today. What they need to do, they just need to battle it, and fight this one out.
Absolutely, because it takes two. Because Boone Grove has to go through it too. There's a little bit of a breeze here. As the free kick has no go there. Folks, I'll try not getting stung by these big old giant bees out here. But Hebron steals it once again as they're starting to get the run going. As a pass trying to go to Baumgartner. As the Wolves steal it. And just kicks it out of bounds, says Carter. Check that. As Westbury kicks it out there, number 99. Here's another corner kick here for Boone Grove. What kind of strategies, Dusty, and kind of plays do you run out of the corner?
Yeah, I mean, you got to be really consistent with strategies when coming out of the corner, because I mean, you really want to execute to near perfection during the corner. I think that you really got to get something in the air, and maybe try to knock something in.
Absolutely do. As it's a very back-to-back fourth game, as 23 got a little bit of a shoulder to echo by the Wolves there, trying to get into and trying to steal the ball from them. And thank goodness, because our broadcast is finally green once again here. As honestly, the Wi-Fi so far here in this move for us there, Dusty, has been a lot better than our previous school. As number 27 steps in here for a free kick.
Yeah, Wi-Fi is going to vary from school to school here, but I mean, you just kind of hope for the best, and I think it's going pretty smooth right now. So,
Yeah.
yeah, it's a
Hopefully,
plus.
hopefully no announcers jinx here for me or Dusty, as just over the head of Carter, but just happens to get in the hand of double Agent double zeros with 8.
Yeah, I mean, that was some really good defense right there. It kind of seemed like Boone Grove was gonna maybe get their third goal of the game, but Hebron is just having none of it. They just need to get something going on the offensive side, and they should be all right in this game.
Absolutely, and Wilkins got a yellow card in that situation, so they just placed the ball in center court for the Boone Grove Wolves as they're trying to grab once again as Hebron kicks it out, trying to get back into Wolves territory. as the goalkeeper at the moment is looking like a little league outfielder. You know, there, Dusty, where back in the day where you're in the outfield, you're just kind of looking at the puddle, like the flowers and stuff like that in the field and stuff. Way the possession of Wolves have been. That's kind of what the goalkeeper is right at the moment. Till a save. As a great kind of thing there, as Bogardner just a little bit off, but a great possession for the Hawks nonetheless. They're Dusty.
Yeah, I think a really good possession there for the Hawks is, able to get it all the way down the field. Maybe a missed opportunity, but I think it was a bonus that they were able to, get all the way down the field for the first time this half.
Absolutely. As Aiden with another save there. He's been very busy in that goal. As Wilkins trying to get it past these Wolves. And just a little awry on that attempt there from Boone Grove. And folks, the reason why we're going by school, where press boxes, it's very hard to tell numbers and this and that, so I'm going to try my best as a broadcaster and stuff like that to try with the numbers, with the names and stuff like that, but I'll probably just go with the high schools. There, Dusty.
Yeah, I mean, not a great vantage point over here. So, yep, we are doing our best there, Josh. And I mean, I think broadcast has been going swimmingly so far.
Yep, absolutely smoothly as the technology here and as the view gives you a great view of the field itself. But the zooming in on the back part, you might want it in a center court. That's something that we, as broadcasters, need to adjust. Kind of like what the Hawks need to kind of adjust with them being in the zone. You saw in the previous game, before this one, how dangerous that can be with Boone Grove being in the constant in the zone. Any guess of what time it is there, Dusty?
I'm guessing it's about 1:15 Central Time. Or are you talking about how much the time is left in the game?
Time left in the game.
I mean, it should be about 20, 30 minutes now. I think somewhere around there. What do you think?
I'm hoping the scoreboard is correct, but I am not positive on it. Currently, right now that you guys are watching here on Riggins Corner Sports Network, go subscribe on YouTube and go follow us on Facebook. But for more Hawk games and more on that land, but we're on a corner kick once again for the Wolves of Boone Grove. And a couple headers leads an out of bounds situation.
Yeah, and if you're a Boone Grove fan, you're like, okay, we're up 2-0. But if you're a Hebron fan, you're like, well, we're hoping that a pep talk at the halftime was gonna help out the Hawks. But I mean, it seems like Boone Grove has been in control nearly the entire second half, and I mean, Hebron just has not been able to match their potential.
Absolutely, but a great defensive plan from Boone Grove, and the fact that they are possessing the ball more is limiting the Hawks' chances. As that just a little bit off, Rye. There's a little communication errors there. Has a good pass there. Would have possibly scored that first goal. That ball is skipped out. As Boone Grove gets it once again. The heart of Hawk Country.
Yeah, and I think the star player here for Hebron today is definitely their goalkeeper, as Aiden has been on fire here, Josh.
Absolutely has. Plenty of chances there. He has not given up that much.
Yeah, I mean, there was the beginning there. I think that was the jitters coming into play here for Aiden. But really after that, he's just kind of cleaned it up, and he's just been locked down here as a goalkeeper.
Absolutely. I mean, he's had practice the last couple of games. I mean, as Wheeler is one of the best in the state, scored 9. But granted, they're one. And then you have close games with Cowts and a close game with Washington Township.
Yeah, and close games usually means that a team can really stay in these games. I mean, it just kind of depends on how you finish it out. I mean, but Hebron has been off to a really decent start here at the beginning of the season here, Josh.
Um, they've been to an okay start. They expected a little bit more coming in to what they've started so far in this year. Um, with the juniors being a great class coming in with Carter, Bogartner, good athletes, and then the goal from the Wolves as a yellow card that could possibly erase it. Three nothing there, Dusty, as the Wolves back into and a great save by Agent Double Zero. And then Aiden.
Yeah, the Wolves able to just get right back into a rhythm, able to get a goal. But then the bright side is that Aiden able to get another save there. As I mean, it's kind of hard to keep track of how many saves here, but I mean, I would think it's about maybe about what do you think, 20, Josh, 20, 30 saves for him already.
Yeah, Krieger has been lights out on that side of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you do the math and the ratio for that. I think he's been doing really well for the most part.
As Aiden Baumgartner just kind of looks at it there for a second there after making a great steal and a great kind of there. I don't know if it's conditioning at that point of this game or if it's just knowing that you're down by 3 and it's kind of what do you kind of do to keep yourself in that moment?
Yeah, I think the coach is really telling him, that don't really pay attention to the score there. You gotta always have the mindset that it's 0-0 and that you're always in the ball game.
As there's 20 minutes on to go here, there's still a lot of time left.
Yeah, Josh. So, what do you think that Hebron has to do to turn this thing around here in the last maybe 20 minutes?
Um, Good question. I just you got to get into more striking situations, more passing, putting yourself in a good situation to pass, a good breakaway situation with your teammate.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I completely agree. I think that, the passing really needs to, pick it up a little bit. And I think they really need to um, find that open guy, in order to get a goal in this game.
Absolutely. And you and if you're a player, you can't worry about the we usually call them zebras in other sports, but you can't worry about the giraffes here with the bright yellow with the refs and stuff like that if you're on the field. So, um, but yeah, kind of go and do your game, especially if you feel a tackle coming, and then there's another goal, as it's 4-0 here, as the lead's creeping up here for the Wolves.
Yeah, I mean, the Wolves, they just look like they're, in a sound formation. They look like they're playing some clean ball. And I mean, just able to catch Hebron off guard right there, and able to get another goal.
Absolutely, as Hebron, you gotta drive, you gotta chip.
Yeah, I mean, you got to do something here if you're Hebron. You got to you got to really try to match this energy here for Boone Grove, as Boone Grove has came into this game with, a mindset to, as like I would say, like a killer mentality. And I mean, they've just been kind of putting it here to Hebron here today, Josh.
Yeah, I mean, you could tell the killer mentality from Boone Grove on both sides, on the girls' side and on the boys' side, as you can kind of see the projection of the girls' program going up and up, especially since they were 6-0 coming into today's game. And that's our next broadcast against Oregon Davis. We're expecting to see a lot better outcome there. But with the boys, we got to look at the schedule to see next broadcast that we're going to do with their game coming up uh, on this year here on the Hawks Nest Sports Network.
Yeah, and I mean, for the girls there, facing off against a team like Hebron Davis, I think that, they have that to look forward to, and they might not have had a good game today, but they can use some of the things that they did today, in order to, have a better game there against Oregon Davis.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I would also say here for the boys, I think they really just need to, get some positive things going here at the end of this game, and really take that into their next game, and try to get some momentum going into their next game there, Josh.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, and I think I would say that Boone Grove is going to be one of the top tier teams here, in their conference. As you know, they look like they're a promising team here, and they really have their game plan kind of set, and they're kind of using that to their advantage.
absolutely are.
Yeah. So, what player do you think needs to step up here for Hebron here in their upcoming game here, Josh?
I think Bogartner is a big piece here. There's a lot of players that need to step up. Wilkins, number 23. forwards as a whole.
Yeah, and I mean, you mentioned Bo Gardner. I think that he's a promising player. He has a bright future. I think that he has to definitely step up this coming game as he can really do some good things if he's able to get going, Josh.
Absolutely. Saw a couple breakaways. I think kind of saw a couple steals here. Um, player down.
Yeah, I don't know if they're gonna call anything for that, Josh. Do you think they will?
I don't think they're going to call. I think they just saw that the player was down.
Yeah, and I think maybe a missed call there is they finally make a call here, maybe.
But I mean, it could have been between the time that the player was thrown. I mean, I've seen more tackles in this game than I've seen the whole football season of South Central last year. So I mean, it was pretty much a I I don't want to say officiating problem there, but I mean, if you're going to get tackles there thrown and it's supposed to be a non-contact sport there.
Yeah, I mean, when a player goes for a tackle, you're really just supposed to go for the ball. But eventually you're gonna make contact with other players, and when that does happen, I think the call does need to be made here by, as you said, the giraffes. And I don't think it's been consistent here for Hebron.
I don't think so either. You're um especially when you get thrown. Like it was a solid tackle. I would say you might want to switch footballs. The tackle person from Boone Grove, but either way, Boone Grove has done a very good job here.
Yeah, Boone Grove has. I mean, you got to give a lot of credit here to Boone Grove, but as you were saying, I think you really got to switch sports there in that case, as really going for the player rather than the ball. I don't think that's really fair here for Hebron.
But another save by Aiden, 00 there as Krieger has done a very good job. It's just Boone Grove's had a lot of chances at the net.
Yeah, I really think that Krieger has, done what he can do, but it's just that the rest of the roster has not been able to back him up, and I think that's been really affecting his mental, and that's really the reason why two more goals were scored here in the second half.
3 more goals scored as there's another goal there as a great kind of kick on the backside of that net as it's a 5-0 ball game so far here as there's really a couple things you can build off of this game looking back at the film. Uh, First of all, the defensive stops that you had in the first half. And the second is you got to control the ball a little bit better as it's in your zone probably 90% of the time here in the second.
Yeah, and I think that fifth goal there for Boone Grove is really just a representation of um, the effort lost here for Hebron is, they seem a little bit depleted. As I think Boone Grove has just been kind of walking all over them.
As Bogardner was great hustle there, possibly draws a foul.
Yeah, and Bo Gardner, you gotta say a couple things about him. He's been doing some great things. It just hasn't been able to turn into production of goals here for Hebron.
And Bumgarner hits it out as the foul was called on him, even though they were both going for the ball. But anyway, we're going to go as they're going to go into their zone once again, just a little bit off as Boone Grove.
Yeah, and I do think that Hebron has had many opportunities at the goal, but just unable to convert on any of them, and it's just really hurt them this game. But I think it's really promising that they're able to get all the way to the goal as many times as they did.
Absolutely. And as we were a little bit 7 minutes off, the game is over.
Yeah, and I mean you kind of see a score line of 5-0 here for Boone Grove. But I mean, for Hebron, you don't really see it as a 5-0 loss. It's more of like you did some great things, you had some opportunities, and just was unable to convert on any of them. And I think you had a really good game. It's just that Boone Grove had a little better game.
Yeah, it's just Boone Grove wanted it a little bit more. You could tell it with the killer instinct. Great things to kind of look over negatively and positively with the game film.
Yeah, definitely. I think after this one, you're gonna have to look at some game film and just really kind of point out, what you could do better, what you did great, and just really look to the next game and try to get that next one.
Yeah, and Hebron lead, our Hebron player of the game goes to uh, Aiden uh, Krieger, 0-0 of the goalkeeper. I mean, a lot of shots at net. So, but I'm going to go with him. It's too hard to kind of tell with Boone Grove with the overall, but yeah, so that'll
Yeah,
be
I mean, I would definitely have to agree with you. I think that Aiden Krieger was nearly lights out. He was just sensational. Um, I think that he did some really good things in this game.
absolutely so. But that'll be it for our broadcast, and we'll be back pretty soon, and we'll have that schedule out for you for next week's broadcast of Hebron Sports. And this is Josh Reagan signing off with Dusty Rhodes Carrasco as the color commentator.